That boy ain't right.
What's up? What's up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8, Papa Zoo November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. It is Sunday, time for some shenanigans, some great music, some people that ain't right in the chat, as always, and a whole lot of good fun. Before we get started, we'll shout out to the Patreons. You guys are absolutely awesome. And I'll be dropping a Patreon email probably tonight. We need to have our monthly business meeting because it is the first of the month, and we'll get that straightened out. Also, shout out to the YouTube members, green in the chat or blue if they are a moderator. You guys are absolutely awesome. Hopefully some of you guys noticed that you all got some early access to some videos this last week. Those videos are now out for everybody, but you did get early access to them. And the ever-changing board, who is still a week behind. I did say I'd update it between last time, and I did. We got Kilo 9 or Alpha Echo Echo in his spot, but it's also the first of the month, and I just realized that. So I got to put all that stuff in. So it's going to change again between now and Wednesday. But if you want to really make it change, you know how to do it. Dan, what's going on?
We finna creep to the pad. His mom's got the grub on the grill. And if it's the first of the month, you know, we chills for real. That's right.
Wake up.
Hey, what's up? Episode 163 of Shenanigans. Let's see. Whiskey One and Whiskey Charlie was first in the chat because he deleted Alpha Echo 4 X-Ray Ostrich comment, who was actually first in the chat. What's going on, guys? Kent Kilo 9 Alpha Echo Echo. What's up? Gary's here. KR4JGD. Our buddy Robert is here. Kilo Oscar 4. Zulu Romeo X-Ray. What's up? Toby Alpha Delta 2 Charlie Delta. Daryl KO4SXH. He said he's in and out to the Sunday Shenanigans net. Have a good one, buddy. Andy Callie, always good to see you. Whiskey 5 DSL Dale. What's up, man? November Charlie 4 X-Ray Lima. Or North Carolina for Extreme Lovers. But he's not. He's just Dom. Go check him out here on YouTube. Great content. Good to see you, brother. Mobile Tech, what's up? K7 Zulu Foxtrot India. Scott and 2 TKT. Martini's here. Whiskey Delta 4 Juliet. Mike. Speaking of mics, Mike 88KB. What's up, buddy? Eric is here. My chat just jumped. Sorry about that. N9KDB. What's up? Alpha Charlie 4 Hotel India. Good evening to you, buddy. Kilo 4 Alpha. I see you in there. Kilowatt Ocean 4 Florida X-Ray. The Fox in Ham Radio. What's going on, Ethan? Good to see you in here, buddy. Kyle KC9 IMA. Kilo Echo 4 Eastern Standard Time. What's up, Michael? Sacco is here from Victor Alpha KY4 AX. What's going on, buddy? Kilo 3 My Toy Ostrich and his extra spicy unicorns are in the house. Good to have you, Chris. Kilo 8 Golf Quebec is here. I tell you, everybody should have a Zulu in their call. Absolutely right. Tortoise Overland, what's up, man? The shenanigans are right here. You are on time. Here's another Zulu. Matthew, Kilo Delta 9, Delta Zulu Tango. What is up? Captain Wrong Way, howdy. Jason KQ4 GPT. Captain Wrong Way is Whiskey Bravo 7 Victor Echo Quebec. Good to have you in here. From Toronto, Victor Alpha 3 Hotel Echo Sierra. Always good to have you in here, buddy. And Aaron, KQ4 Hotel Zulu Kilo. What's going on, guys? Episode 163 of Shenanigans. And I'm not going to take that long to get into my next phase of ham radio as James did. I promise.
You know, it's funny that Chris says everybody should have a Zulu in their call.
I agree.
Because this weekend, the bands were so super noisy. Like, I did attend Park Grove, and speaking of K3, My Toy Ostrich, thank you very much for I always tell you, do your research if you're going to do a rove. But when you're the king, why not have somebody else do your research for you? thank you very much for all the help. You made my rove very easy for me. Yeah, piece of cake. I wasn't driving, and non-radio people were, but they did a great job, and we had a whole lot of fun. We did more parks than even expected, because we only went to get me 6 or 7 new parks, and we ended up making that a 10-park rove plus a double for late shift on the way back. So
You should have done 53.
I asked them when they get back, because Mom said she was tired. She said that was a lot. I said, well, just imagine doing 51 in a 24-hour period. She said, no, I'm out on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you very much, Chris. It was very helpful. Yes, those power lines overhead was very, very noisy. You are correct. I ran an in-fed there, by the way, down the side of the fence. So
Yeah, don't mess with no power lines. Yeah, don't.
But anyway, the bands were really noisy, and in one of my pile-ups this weekend where I was struggling to hear, I got Kilo 1 Golf Juliet Yokohama, and I gave her like a 5-3, and she said, I wish I had a Zulu in my call. That's what she said. Hey, looky there, Mister. I have activated all of my state.
I know.
Welcome, Dennis. What's going on, buddy? Congratulations once again.
The third one to do it, buddy. That's a hell of a feat for sure. I don't care what state it is. That's a hell of a feat. Yeah, man. Wendy snuck in here, KQ4 NYU. We see you. And Dennis, we're just talking about you. Alpha Delta 9 Whiskey Mike. Hello.
Wendy has moved up to moderator status on TikTok now.
Ooh.
Because she's been very helpful over there, answering questions when I can't end the pile up.
Can she kick like Terry off the channel?
She couldn't kick him off the channel, but she could mute him.
Ooh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wendy, you have a task. Mary Tyler Moore phonetics. MTM. I don't know who MTM would be. I don't know. But
Couldn't hear you at all, Terry. Did Terry go activate, Mike?
He did. I listened to him on 17 because my radio was already tuned to 17 for another purpose, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. I got him on 20 meters off the back of the beam because I'm pointed a totally separate direction right now. So.
And Jason says, "Oh Lord, we've started something."
He said I sounded great and that he was using the back of the vertical.
Somebody worked me today, and they said that I was coming in really good on the side of their vertical.
Side of my vertical. Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Once you rotate it, so you hear me better, dude. I mean, you know.
I'm sitting there thinking, the side of a vertical. That's just interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, the bands neither yesterday or today. Today was noisy, and then last night during the late shift, I pulled in and there was a van camping there, and I've been to that place many times, but even considering yesterday's noise in general, I was like plus 15, plus 20 over. That van was throwing something horrible toward me. I worked as many people as I could on late shift, and then I'm done with this.
You didn't have no.
I know I left a pile, but I was done.
You didn't have no problem at all hearing some Yahoo from South Georgia, though.
Looky here. Here is a whole pack of socks.
Yes.
Elwood. He would be the sock maker. He's the sock maker, right?
You know, that's right. You have Elwood, we love you, but you have just stepped into it, my friend. Welcome to the family. You are now the sock maker.
Yeah, you're the sock maker because you made Mr. Socko. You got a great kid, but he's Mr. Socko.
Yeah, you got a couple screws loose, but you know, everybody does, right? You know.
I've been hearing that you've been listening to some of our activations and stuff. You got to start getting in that log.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, Wendy and Jason got me park to park like a lot yesterday when I was doing that rove. And you know, Chris gave me all the information, and then I went and then mapped everything in and put it really efficiently in the mapping, and it was fairly, there was fairly little time wasting between parks. You could hit me pretty quick in between most of those parks the way it was set up. So good stuff. I mean, it still took a day because it was an hour and 48 minutes just to get to our first park. So
yeah. Well, I mean, hey, today, actually, the folks at 3 Yankee 0 Kilo, or 3YOK, down in Bouvet Island, they got there yesterday or day before, something like that, but they had to chill out because of some weather. But the weather was good today. So they fired up the old chopper, started airlifting some stuff over to the island, and got a couple of people on there, and they got at least one transmitter up right now, and they're still moving stuff on the island. So they're going to have more and more as the time comes. But they ran a little bit of a 20 meter CW today, and a little bit of 12 meter and 17 meter FT8. I didn't hear them on any of them, but they were there.
You guys only did 3 parks, Wendy, but you were getting me at you'd be at one park and you might get me at 3 different parks on the Rove, and then you guys would go to another park and I'd get you 2 or 3 more. I'll tell you what, I'm so where I turn my radio on is where I like to activate. So on a Rove, I like to stay on the same frequency. That was impossible yesterday because every single time I got back, it was another POTA station that swooped right in to take my frequency. Or in one case, it was a soda, which was Kilo 4 Lima, India. So,
yeah, he was up on somebody's knob, wasn't he?
Yes, yeah, he
Didn't
was.
I see that? Yeah,
I saw that. He's a product of James comes to North Carolina and took over all his local POTA parks, but then introduced him to soda, and now he's just a soda machine, ain't he?
that's right.
All he does is hunt soda and activate soda now. He's turned into a soda machine.
It was rough for us to find a spot on both 40 and 20 Saturday. And when I did 20 CW Saturday, it was kind of rough for me to find a spot around the area that I like to act. I had to go a little bit higher than normal. I don't know what was going on. Maybe the North Carolina QSO party or something like that. But
the QSO
there was
party
a lot of activity on CW.
I think the QSO party was today. I don't think it was yesterday.
Okay, there was something else. Go ahead.
I was going to say it may have started at the UTC rollover, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't yesterday day.
Yeah, we weren't out.
The vans were still really full, though.
Yeah. Must have been something else going on. Because I asked, is there a contest today or something? Because every 5 I'd roll to, there'd be somebody. I'm like, wow. Yeah. Got to try out the new QMX, though. That thing is, I got to get used to it.
I got to the point, because, I was basically, because I was roving, I was 20 meters mostly the whole time. And I got to the point where if I called this frequency in use and I heard QRM, that frequency wasn't in use, and I just took it because I just needed to get my Rove, and it's funny too, because I was kind of called out on my Discord, because I told everybody in Discord, I said, I'm doing a Rove tomorrow, so be ready. I'm only going to do 20 to 50 contacts and I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm just doing a 10 park Rove. I don't need to do 12 now. I'm doing 20 to 50 and out. And Joe, November 3, actually, made me here. I said, oh, so you're doing like a normal person activation, calling it a Rove.
Yeah.
But I mean, on average, there was a few times that I only did like 14 contacts, but it was, if it dried up, I'm calling last call, but I took everybody that I could, except a couple of times I had to do a countdown. If I was going over 50 calls, I started counting them down from 10.
I think the way to get the instant pile up is to spot on POTA. Give it a second for your spot to propagate through the system, for ham alerts to go off. And then the first thing you say is, all right, last call for 20 meters. And you're gonna have you're gonna have a pilot that lasts for days. You know.
Dude, the other day I was streaming and I called last call for 20 meters. I bet you 35 times.
Yeah.
And every time I'd call last call, there would be anywhere from 10 to 25 more. And then I'd call last call.
There's that dude. I would do this to you because I'm just, me. There's this dude sitting there listening to your whole activation, waiting for that last call, and then the last call again, because sometimes you do it twice. And then he's like, I'm going to make him stay a little bit longer. Whiskey Delta 4, Delta Alpha November. And then here comes another pilot.
And it's crazy because I'm not that speedy Bill Brown to get the button off once I say QRT either.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I end up going. I'll give you one example. Dean hit me as I was doing one when I was like, all right, I'm QRT, and I hear November 8 Delta Echo Golf Delta Echo Alpha QRP, and I'm like, I got you, Dean, QRT, and then I hit the button.
That happened to us when we were testing the 4-wave. I said, all right, we're hopping bands. And normally I flick the volume button. I'll flick it so it's all the way off, but I flicked it and it stayed a little bit cracked open. And like 5 seconds later, you hear Sugar Mike 3. I'm like, whoa, DX is in there. Wait a minute.
Sometimes about 5 minutes in, I'll go ahead and call last call to go ahead and get him out of the way, Michael, because he does that to everybody.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. All right. Gene McPhee, I see you in here from Killeen, Texas. Good to have you. Ready to try out your new True SDR? Yeah. I got to try out the QMX. I got to get used to that thing. It's different than my KX2. I mean, obviously, but it feels like, how can I say this? The keyer is different in it. It feels different.
Yes.
When I send it feels off or not normal to me.
I don't know if I want to say it feels off or it sounds off.
Yeah, one of the two. It's just something I can send a lot better on my KX2 for some reason.
Yes, I can too.
Yeah.
I like that radio, and it's fun to use. I don't use it enough, but I do like that radio, and I need to use it a whole lot more.
Because I started with the QMX and the new key that I got, so it's new. So I was like, "This is weird. Maybe I need to adjust the key a little bit more." Because I'm sending. It just doesn't. I wasn't sending bad. I wasn't missending stuff, but it felt abnormal, for the lack of a better word. But then I tried the KX2 with the same key, the same new key, and it's perfect.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, there's something I need to get used to on this QMX. Okay,
it's way different. Even hearing the CW back. What speaker are you using?
I just use the same little powered speaker that I use for my KX2.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't. I can't really. Oh yeah, the QMX is a great radio. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking the radio. I had loads of fun playing with it. I just need to get used to it.
Yeah, I like mine. I mean, and for a radio that small, it's packed full of features.
Yeah, no kidding.
The fact that you can do an auto CQ message in that,
yes,
is just like crazy to me. So it's really cool.
And it didn't take long either. I think my second CQ, I had like 4 or 5 people calling me back. I'm like, okay, so I know it's working. So what I did, since the thing doesn't have a tuner, and I used the 4-wave antenna on the QMX.
Really?
What I did is I set up my sideband rig with the 891, the tuner, just like I normally do. I dropped down to the CW frequency I was going to use. I tuned it. And then I took the radio connection off the back of the tuner and I hooked up my coax going to the QMX. So the tuner was already tuned for the antenna. So I just used the tuner to go into my QMX.
Okay, so you were using a tuner with it then?
Yeah.
I've never used it with a tuner. I just use something that I know is good.
I was impressed with what it did. I mean,
Tip-
on a non-resident wire, I got a decent number of contacts. So.
Typically, I use my spark plug when I use my QD Max.
No, that's not my daughter. That is my woman. That's Juliet Mike Whiskey Delta number 4. You might have heard her on the radio. She can run a pile up better than James almost. She does a good job at it. She'll disagree with me, but she does. She does a good job.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you when you say anybody can run a pile up better than James. But
no, I didn't say anybody. No, not anybody. No.
Oh, I'm just saying you could say anybody. I'm going to argue about it. I'm up for the challenge.
Heck yeah. We should have like a what do you call that? A pile up off. We should have a pile up off on the teeter-totter.
Pile up off on the teeter-totter?
Yeah, so you can run the best pile up on the teeter-totter. Yeah. I have seen your way. Well, I haven't seen your way, Ethan. I've heard your way. Yeah.
And, lots of people have different ways to run them.
Yeah. What advice would you have for the first time ham trying QRP with a 6100 and he only got one contact in an hour?
Get a new antenna.
Antenna has to be. Or, all right, well, you have to tell me what band it was on. If he's like that's a new ham and he's restricted to 10 meters, that's another issue too.
Yeah, that would be an issue if you're restricted. But if you can use any band you want, I've did several 1/10 of a watt activations, and a 1/10 of a watt activation does not take me over 15 to 20 minutes max to be totally done.
Just don't do like me and say something stupid like you're going to get 200 contacts.
No, I would never plan to go out with a 1/10 of a watt and get a certain number. The number is 12. And getting 12 contacts on a 1/10 of a watt is fine.
Yeah.
But that's because I don't want to call CQ. It's that simple to me. Because I know that I can go out to a park and I can do 20 meters. And I can call last call and get off there and go to another band or go to another park. Mm-hmm. Or I could call CQ about 7 or 8 times in a row, get a whole nother pile up and do it again. And then call it CQ 7 or 8. But I refuse to call, unless I'm streaming on TikTok, I refuse to call over 3 times.
Yeah.
It's just as simple as that. Oh, people need to be under the aspect, James is activating. If I want him, I need to come now. It's my contact and I want it now. I am James J. Whitworth.
That's right. Let's see. Dennis said 3YOK on 7090. That would be FT8. Fox and the Hound. If you catch them digital mode, it's going to be Fox and the Hound. Make sure you know how to use Fox and the Hound. Read up on it a little bit. Make sure you transmit above 1,000 hertz.
Speaking of digital modes, Bill Brown, if you happen to watch this on a later time, I need you to contact. You're my warden of Florida. You're supposed to have your people under control, and now two times now, I have went to my favorite spot in 2 different parks to activate. And there's somebody sitting in my spot. Really? There's many other spots in parks. So I need you to contact, your people and let them know. If you see the king pull up, wrap it up now and get out.
Yeah, no kidding.
Not the FT8 guy that he was there again. He had an interesting setup. He had like I don't know if it was a 17-foot whip. It looked like a 17-foot whip, but he had it on top of a 25, 30-foot pole. up in the air.
Really?
And then had it guide all out and stuff like that. And he was running a SpidX at 4 watts on FT8. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm not putting an antenna up that's going to take me that long.
No.
To run 4 watts.
That's crazy.
Nice guy, though. I've met him twice now.
I don't hear nothing on 70, 90, but, that's a long way for 40 meters. We'll try it again a little bit later once it gets longer.
No, but back to your question, Chris, I really would say antenna, because nobody should call CQ for an hour and get one contact. I don't care if you're running 1 watt or 4 watts or whatever you said, or a tenth of a watt, or I mean, if I went out and had a can with a clothesline hooked to it and there was a can stretched across the park, I expect to make more contacts to that in an hour.
Yeah, for sure. I could make that on a hydraulic jack.
I mean, but the thing is I really tell people all this all the time. They're like, you make so many contacts and blah 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 blah. It's because I'm dependable. I always have good antennas in the field with me. I did a 10 park rove yesterday, which is typically done by 1 antenna. I used 3 different antennas on that rove to be efficient. Yes, 2 of those antennas only came out for 1 park apiece, and the other one did it all, the rest of them. But to be efficient, I used 3 different antennas because they were the right antenna for the job.
Ham sticks, baby. Huh?
None of them were ham sticks. No ham sticks were harmed in that making of that rove.
Speaking of ham sticks, where's our buddy Whiskey Zero, Charlie Golf Charlie? He's the ham stick king.
I think he may have hunted me on all those parks yesterday. I'm pretty sure he did. I know Terry did.
Hey, I can answer this one. This is an easy answer. What is a bad antenna? Okay, a bad antenna is one you leave at home and don't bring with you.
There's no such thing as a bad antenna, but there's a not good antenna. I don't know how to. Okay, well, I'll tell you. For example, I would have loved to have done that park yesterday with an ATOS. I didn't have my ATOS with me because it would have made it way easier and way quicker. But would I have been able to got some of the people that I got using the antennas that I got? Absolutely not. Would I got activated? Yeah, in and out, easy. But there was people that were depending on getting me, and it was all because of the antennas I was using. For one, most of the rove was done with the Eagle One.
Oh yeah.
So
Joshua says if you have a G90, anything's an antenna. That's true. Same with the KX2. It'll tune anything. Man. That's
absolutely true. And speaking of a G90, if anybody's looking to buy any stuff from Radioddity and need a code to save money, I happen to have one of those now. I'll be dropping some videos about that later. But anybody who's wanting to buy something from Radioddity and wants to save some money, I've got a code for you now. This is breaking news that I haven't even broke.
You have unbroken the breaking news.
That's right. I've unbroken the breaking news. I'll tell you, my G90, I can remember that was my go-to activator when my 991A was down, and it was a cool deal.
It's a good radio.
100 all of the 13 colonies on it.
Yeah. I mean, people say 20 watts. You're not gonna like 20 watts. 20 watts is fine for the most things you're gonna do. And put 20 watts is good. Perfectly fine. Especially
if I wasn't running challenges,
mm-hmm.
Where I had to have certain people get me in during the day, I would show you that 20 watts would be phenomenal. I'd activate every activation I did this week with 20 watts.
No.
And do great.
You don't have to have people get you every day. People have to get you every day. That's different now. That's different.
Well, I will say that, the last month when the board came out, it was a lot less people than, well, it's less people than finished last year. And I can say that it is the 1st of March, so a new board's getting ready to come out. And there's going to be fewer people on this board.
That's right.
I'd almost will be willing, no, because there's 5 that I know is going. I'd almost be willing to say we're going to finish with 5 because that's what we always finish with before. But it wouldn't surprise me if we finish with 6.
All right. Bouvet is on 7010 CW. Up, obviously. I don't know if I can hear him yet because I have to bother y'all to listen to him. They got a big pile going too. I'm looking on the scope. Here, let me show you. Holy crap. Look at the pile they got
Look
going
there. Mommy Noodles without noodles just joined the chat.
I doubt I can hear him, but oh, why am I running 3KC on freaking CW? Oh, I'm on. That's why. Yeah, I can't hear him yet. Oh, is that him?
What were you listening to? The people calling them?
No, I'm listening to their. No, the people calling them are right above the center scope. That big block of waterfall you see in the middle there.
Yeah,
that's everybody spread out calling them. All right, I don't hear them yet, so we'll check back maybe later. That'd be pretty cool to work Bouvet on CW on the live stream, wouldn't it?
That would be cool. Mobile check just got Australia a few minutes ago on FT8.
Nice.
Cool deal, man.
Nice. Alpha 0 Zulu. I see you. Toot Noodles.
Mommy Noodles with no noodles.
Yeah. But no, it's been a good weekend. The weather was kind of chilly on Saturday, but warmed up pretty good today.
Not for me. My chili days are over. Well, I did eat some chili last night, so if that counts.
The Radtail RT950. I'm not familiar, but let me ask my friend Google, who knows everything. 10 watt. Oh, cool. If you look in radio.
It has been a very long time since I added a new QRP radio or a new key.
It has.
So something's going to have to give soon.
What do you think is going to be first, the key or the radio?
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to say key.
I know that this Wednesday, somebody's going to probably talk me into a key. Because this Wednesday we will be having Aaron from Modern Morris over to talk about Modern Morris keys and stuff. So you don't want to miss that, guys. Oh yeah, Jan. By the way, Aaron from Modern Morris is coming Wednesday. He told me to let you know.
Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday. Gotcha.
See how I am? I told all you guys first before I even told Dan.
Yeah. Matter of fact, tell all your friends if they have a Modern Morris key, make sure they join in the chat at least and tell Aaron how much you absolutely love his key. Or, I mean, if you haven't, we like constructive criticism too. If you think something that could be different, I'm sure he'll listen. I'd like to have as many modern Morris owners as we can in the chat. That'd be pretty cool.
I think he should ship them in boxes that are shaped like my head with my face on it, and people have to open my mouth to pull out their key. Is that constructive enough for you?
That'd be pretty good. All right. So if that's going to happen, the price of modern Morris keys just went down to $150.
But if you want it shipped in the box, it goes up to $450.
That's right. Yeah, man. CW and QRP go hand in hand, brother. Absolutely. You don't need a lot.
There's no doubt in that.
Yeah.
That's why, me and Steven tried for a very long time to get PP Man to do CW because he's Mr. QRPP.
Mm.
And now that we've got him hooked on that, that's just all the man knows.
Yeah.
Like that's all he knows, period.
That's all he's making like cases and all sorts of stuff. Steven lost his microphone, but he got one back for Christmas. He did.
For some reason, I think I'll still end up with that again at one point in time.
You will. That'd be funny. Just keep swapping it back and forth like what's that thing that people always like regift? Fruitcakes.
Fruitcake.
They keep swapping it back and forth like a fruitcake every year.
The cheapest and most fun way to get into HF.
Yeah. CW. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for real, you could get like a true SDX for a little over $100 and buy a CW Morris key and buy you a little tiny battery or no, wait a minute, the true SDX don't it run off 9-volt? I can't remember.
You can build it for 9 or 12. What?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. I'm sorry. I meant the QMX. I don't know about the true SDX.
Well, regardless, a little small battery, and you could be dirt cheap ham radio and do POTA every day. And honestly, if you put a good antenna up, you're not going to fail in activation. If you fail, it's your own fault. I don't want to hear band conditions or none of that stuff. There has been one day in my whole entire ham radio career that if somebody told me they failed an activation that day, I'd say, yeah, I understand.
That 100% radio blackout. Yeah.
That was 100% radio blackout, and I still got activated that day. But It was not easy, and it was the craziest day of my life.
The K6 ARK is, that little Pico key is awesome.
Yep, I've got one of those. I also have one of his microphones, which actually is my Elecraft microphone. That's when I use the Elecraft. If I use it for a microphone, I use that one. I was told that I was getting a new one of them, a new better version of that, but I have friends that don't know how to make that happen. AKA, I don't know whose fault it is, PP Man or Stevens, but it's one of those two.
Just blame them both.
Yeah, I'll just blame them both.
Might as well.
I did want to put something out there for the people who pray and stuff like that. We have a very good person in our community that is in the hospital right now. They're fine, nothing to worry about, but they've got some bad blood work issues and some digestive issues going on, and they're in the hospital. And just keep them in your thoughts. I'm not going to say who it is or nothing because they may not want that out there, but it's somebody that if you're in my Discord and my Patreon stuff, you definitely know them well. So,
yep. Martini says, "Damn bats." She has bats in her house. Like, sure enough, Bats.
in her house.
Well, maybe not in the house proper, but around the house, close enough where they can like aggravate the heck out of people.
Has she tried not sleeping, hanging from her toes?
No, I don't believe she has. That might be a good start.
I mean, it does attract them.
Yeah.
Speaking of weird talent, we can use this on a later PZN trivia question. When I was about 21, 22, and plus a lot later in life, I could do it. But I used to be extremely good at bat hangs. Like I could take and be up in rafters and just put my feet around the rafters and lower myself down and be sturdy as can be, which came really handy when I became a rock climber later in life.
Yes. Yeah. You do ankle locks and stuff like that. I think my ankles wouldn't quite agree with that right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't try that now. I would end up dead. But
yeah, I could do like a knee, like a leg lock and hang, but probably not by the ankles anymore. That would hurt.
John, I did work you today. I don't know what band it was, but it had to be 20, 17, or 15 because I know you didn't get me on 40. And that's the bands I did. So I did work you once today, and yeah, I heard you great. It was very noisy, so I don't know if you heard me great or not.
Okay, wait a minute. We have just figured out
on 17. Then that's the only time I got you was on 17.
I really hope Sacco's dad is still here to witness what we're about to say, but we have finally figured out the cause of the illness. Patrick says he got bit by a bat that crawled under the covers once. It was something right out of a Stephen King novel. Had to get the rabies series. Now we know why Sacco is how Sacco is. That's right.
Listen. He should every activation, like he before he pulls go out, he should in his pocket, and all of a sudden, on the hand, Mr. Sacco comes to grab the microphone.
That's great.
Dude, you know, Hamfest are not Vegas, y'all. What happens at a Hamfest does not stay at a Hamfest. It stays in Shenanigans forever. I can't think of a day this week that Patrick hasn't worked me and I've gave him Mr. Sacco jokes.
Yeah. Don't sleep in caves. That's absolutely true. The thing about Hamfest is, even if we didn't record it, somebody there probably did. And I will find a video.
Well, if you can find me a video of Terry's brother walking out of the trail at the first night's activation this year, please find me that video so I can send it to Terry.
Oh man, I would have had it too. I guarantee it was recorded, but it's been too long for me to pull it back off. Dang it. My dash cam would have got it.
Ooh, I never thought about that.
Dang it. I didn't even think about it either. Yeah, that was funny. Terry, you should have been there. You should have witnessed this. Because this guy,
if Terry would have been there, I would have talked Terry into going up to get directions to Sesame Street off of him.
Or ask for a bottle of shampoo or something. Because, yeah, we were too stunned to think about. That's exactly what it was. We had that. Is this really happening? You had we had the spinning little loading logo over our heads. It's like, I'm buffering here. What?
Nope.
That was crazy.
So I have a question for everybody in the chat who may or may not. Well, if you don't use it, it ain't going to help me. If you use Starlink, have you ever had your Starlink when you go out? You look at it and it just tells you it's trying to find the orientation, blah 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 blah, and your Starlink comes on and it works fine. And the whole time you're activating, even doing a stream, I did a whole stream. and it still just says it's trying to find orientation. I never could see if I was in the right direction, if there was any, because it was showing me that I wasn't on, but my Starlink was on and did a whole stream. So if that's happened to you, if that's happened to you, let me know what, if you did anything or what. But it was the weirdest thing ever.
I can't. I mean,
Mobile Texas reset Starlink.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't looked at mine because half the time when I'm using it, I got it mag mounted to the roof of the truck, and wherever I stop, it's pointing straight up. I don't care, so I don't look at the orientation of it.
Right, but you're just spotting.
Right,
using it for. See, I try to get it lined up perfectly north, and I want to get the fastest speed test because I'm streaming.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
And it wouldn't let me do that at all. Matter of fact, when I did a speed test, it showed that downloads were great and uploads wouldn't even work on the speed test according to it. But it was uploading because I was streaming.
That's weird.
So
yeah, I mean, you could try to reset it, but it seems like if that solves a problem, it would be weird why the problem existed to start with.
I mean, I even force closed the app and restarted the app, just thinking it may have been the app, and no, it still did the same thing. No, I'm not on standby. I'm on the 100 gig plan or whatever it is. So I don't know. We'll see what it does tomorrow when I stream. I stream every day on it, so
yeah.
So it's.
I mean, so I am on standby mobile tech. I solely use mine just for like going out playing POTA and using it for spots and stuff like that. Really light duty stuff. And my little orientation thing, it normally takes a while after I first turn it on, but within 15, 20 minutes, it'll show me. So you don't get the coverage thing at all, where it shows you like your obstructions and everything. You don't see that either.
Just today. Today's the first day it's done it.
Interesting.
I couldn't get anything.
Oh yeah, Dennis. Yeah. That's all I use is standby mode on mine. It's great for spotting, light web browsing, uploading your logs. I mean, you could even watch YouTube videos if you just want to wait for it to buffer a little bit. It's fine for really light duty work. So. I mean, it wouldn't handle something like I'm doing now, like a stream, but yeah, it's good. I like it. I need to leave mine on most of the time because every time I turn mine on to go use it, it goes, hey, there's an update. You want to apply it now?
Maybe that's the problem. I don't never get that coming up.
Well, what's nice about the standby mode is it used to be back in the day that you pause your service.
Yeah.
And you didn't have service because it was paused. Now, why that sucks is if you go out in the middle of freaking nowhere to a WMA and you're like, oh, I don't have cell service. Let's use my Starlink. Oh, crap, it's paused. Now you got to drive your ass back to somewhere you got cell service, open up your app, unpause your service, and then go back out to the park. That sucked. Now you always have service at $5 a month, even though it's like one megabit per second up and down. So it makes it a lot easier to go out somewhere. If you need faster service, you have the service available to change your plan. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's
yes, it does.
It's well worth it for me for the plan I'm on because I do stream every day.
Yeah.
Like at least sometimes I might miss a day, but at least 6 days a week I'm streaming on that. Because I don't just do YouTube now. I'm starting to get a really big following on TikTok as well for Ham Radio, and we have a whole lot of fun over there. Think about, it's crazy because we've got shenanigans where me and Dan just sit here and shoot the crap and goof off, and we get more people to watch shenanigans than we get to watch us our topic stream. Like we'll have
Right.
Aaron this weekend, and we'll probably have more people that watch Shenanigans. Now, I'm not saying overall at the end because you people watch it later and stuff, but I'm talking about in general. But think of Shenanigans with me doing Parks on the Air. These guys, and sometimes they get to see some super talent. Like I know a lot of you guys have heard me run a pile up, but imagine me running a pile up while answering 3 questions. Sometimes I can't get a question, but while answering questions or at least telling them I will get to their question while doing some kind of something because somebody like there's one hat they'll put a hat on my head with a mustache, and every time that comes up I'm like I'm your Huckleberry, and I'm still in mid pile up going, but they also get to see when I get mad at people on the air, when I get frustrated, or they get to see it all. So it's pretty great.
Clean up a couple of questions here in the chat. Kyle, what I've noticed is it downloads updates at full speed, which is nice. It does. Starlink does have an unlimited plan. Gene and James, I just put a message in the private chat for us if you want to make an affiliate link for that, for the 12-volt converter that I use for you. W8JES. I found one that takes 12-volt in, and it converts it to a 30-volt 3.5 amp for the Starlink, and it's RF quiet, believe it or not, and it's cheap. And I just put power poles.
John, and that's coming for you.
So I put power poles on the end of this thing he's about to link, and basically plug it into my battery box. Go to town. I also have some Anchor. I got 2 Anchor battery bricks. I can run it for about 4 hours a piece that are USB-C. Or what he just linked, you can wire it to a 12-volt battery, and it'll boost it up to 30-volt for the Starlink. Oh, that's what I use right there. Thing works pretty daggum good.
So Dennis, yeah, I see that it adds up over the year, but you got to realize I'm streaming every day. I can't do that on the standby plan. So I have to have the other plan.
I mean, and to be honest, $45 a month is cheaper than my internet here at the house. I mean, it's cheaper than my fiber, but my fiber is like a crap ton faster. I mean, so it's a trade-off either way, right? So.
I mean, I do make a little bit of money on TikTok too. So as long as TikTok is paying for the Starlink for me to stream it, it's a win-win for me, because then I'm getting a Starlink out of doing what I do every day to start with.
Terry, more orbs. Terry has to send more orbs now. That's right.
And Terry will tell you, TikTok is the best SDR you can use.
Absolutely.
Because he'll sit there on TikTok. They actually get a notification right before I hit the spot too to go to a new frequency. I'm like, all right, I'm going on this frequency right here. and by the time I'm hitting spot, I hear giveaway, go, come
back. Oh, that is funny. Yeah, I love my Starlink, guys. And what's nice is my router here at the house, if my fiber was to go down, I can just plug my Starlink up to it, as a secondary WAN, and use it as a failover. So I would still have internet. I'd have to up the plan to the 50 gig plan or whatever just to get the speed out of it. But hey, good backup. Nice for the remote parks where you don't have cell signal. I could have used it. I did not have it last time I went to Murphy. I wish I did.
Oh, if you're going down around Murphy, you might as well have a Starlink with you, because if you don't, you're not getting Robbinsville, Murphy area. If you don't have Starlink, you're not talking to nobody. You can forget it.
They can't spell the word cell tower down there. Crazy.
They can spell threefer. and soda really good. But they don't know how to spell cell tower. Hey, I had a blast down there, but I did have a Starlink on the roof the whole time. So
yeah. All right, we're creeping up here to the top of the hour. Time flies on Shenanigans.
don't it?
Yeah. I know what I'm doing after the stream. What are you doing after the stream? I'm having fun.
You're having fun?
I'm going to try to listen on 7010 CW. If anybody else wants to try, you got to go up, transmit up. Don't transmit on their frequency or you will be a lid. Split up. And right now it's up anywhere between 3 and I see reports of people getting them like 9.4 up. So there's a pretty big little range they're working right now. So I'm gonna try to get Bouvet on CW, see what happens.
Well, you do that for me. I'm fixing to make Josh really jealous for if he comes back and watches this. I didn't see him in the chat, but I'm getting ready to go eat Philly cheesesteak, but not from a restaurant, from the grill outside. Homemade Philly cheesesteaks.
I'll be down in a minute.
Hey, you know where we're at.
That's right.
But I'm gonna eat Philly cheesesteaks, and I've got to do today's vlogs, and a little bit of work because I was gone all day yesterday, and with the roving stuff. But I'm also going to watch a new show that's premiering tonight called Marshalls that I've been looking forward to. But tomorrow I will be back out streaming. I'm going to a park that I'm going to take the leaderboard away from the leader and that tomorrow, and I'll be streaming that as well.
You would never do that to somebody.
We talked about this when I first got here, and I said I couldn't take the leaderboard on none of these parks down here. This is the second one.
Right.
And I'm getting closer and closer on some other ones. But anyway, yeah, all good and fun. I got to leave, guys. You can have your parks back when I leave. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Streaming every day. Video drops all the time. Patreons, look for that email tonight because we got to have a meeting. 73, everybody.
See ya.